Hey Scorpio, welcome to your first reading for December. How are you? I am so glad to be here. Gonna do a little something different with you today, Scorpio, just you. And there's a reason for it, so hang with me. I'll be bringing you in a moment a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, and Rising. I like to tell you that it cannot possibly resonate with everyone. In the event it doesn't, please check out, if you're here as a Scorpio Sun, check out the reading that aligns with your rising sign, or be a cross watcher and watch the Sun and or rising readings for your divine counterpart. So those are my recommendations. Also, you can flip through the playlists. I've been reminding people of that lately, and they have found that helpful because my readings are not date and time specific. Most of them are not. And so you can go to the water sign. I've got it all separated by element. So you can either go to the one major file for all water signs, where every video for all 3 water signs exists, or just go into the month that you're interested in and flip through the titles for the Scorpio readings and see if anything jumps out at you that you haven't already seen. There are messages there. We're all on different timelines. That's how it works. But I normally start the reading with Oracle. I'm not going to do that today because I'm trying to connect with you, Scorpio. Got to be honest. I feel like I'm not really kind of connecting. I have a need here from you to kind of enter in an engaging connection. I know it's hard. I know you're just watching a video. It's hard sometimes to connect through a screen. Please believe me, I get it. But the only way I can bring you the messages that you need to hear is if you allow me to connect. And I'm struggling with the Scorpio. The Scorpio energy is just kind of not letting me in, which, by the way, is totally Scorpionic of you. I have Scorpio in my chart, so I get it. But I'm really here to serve you. So what I'm doing today is I do a little morning reading. For those of you who are new, you won't know this, but those who are returning, thank you, and you get this. Every morning I do a little reading up in my room, kind of before coffee and when I'm still sort of, a little groggy. And I just call in, what are the twin flame soulmate messages coming in for Scorpio, Sun, and Rising today? I repeat that mantra 3, 4, 5 times as I'm shuffling, and then I do a little teeny tiny spread, and I write it down in my notes. And the cards that came out today, I've got them here out of a different deck because this one's hard for you to see. The first card represents the overarching energy. Like, it's called the anchor card, but it's sort of like what's holding this whole thing together. Was the Justice card. So that's this card. And then the 3 card spread I pulled was 6 of Cups. That is twin flame, past life, soulmate energy. 2 of Wands. And the Emperor, which, as you know, represents the divine masculine. So these 2 cards, well, I'm going to start with this one. This card came out in your last reading on the masculine side. These 2 cards, the 2 of Wands and the Emperor, came out in the extended, but they were clarifiers. So let me help you understand that when they are clarifiers and then they move into the prime position of the main spread, it means that it's coming into more importance. It's a more important energy now. It's not just kind of explaining other crap going on. I want to show you, though, that this Justice card, the pillars here, are references to the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life in Tarot, because Tarot combines, spirituality, astrology, and there's some Kabbalah references. So the major arcana, there are 20 major arcana, are the 22 paths of the Tree of Life. We're all on the branches, right? We all make up the branches. But the Tree of Life offers us paths to choose. So the Justice card is one of the major arcana that references the Tree of Life with the 2 pillars. The other 2, High Priestess, see her 2 pillars, and the Hierophant. So in case you're starting to see where I'm headed here. The High Priestess and the Hierophant represent spiritual awakening. Different types. Sometimes we're questioning our spiritual beliefs, our religious beliefs. This is more grounded Taurus energy, right? So it's really much more 3D. High Priestess, Pisces, more intuitive. This is like more higher consciousness connection to the divine, intuition. This is more grounded in your 3D experience. What do you stand for? What do you believe? What spiritual path are you choosing? But both of these cards often represent awakening. I'm going to put them over here because they weren't in your spread. Justice is that spiritual search for truth, right? Like it's truth. It's about the clarity. It's also about balance, and it is about seeing things as they are, not as we want them to be, and then making clear, sorry about that, my little phone's buzzing, making clear our intentions in a truthful way. So yes, it can represent legal situations. I get it. For some of you, that will be true. But when I saw the Justice and the Two of Wands together with the Six of Cups and the Divine Masculine kind of all around it, I feel like this message is for a Divine Masculine. May not be the Scorpio. You could be here as a Divine Feminine Scorpio with a counterpart who is the Divine Masculine, or you could be here as a Masculine Cross Watcher or a Divine Masculine Scorpio. That's all up to you. What I think this reading is trying to tell you, and it's connected to your last reading, is it's time to choose the path. You have the world in your hand. What do you want? What do you want? See it clearly. Aim for honesty and truthfulness. What will it be? You have a past life soulmate sitting right here before you, like the world in the palm of your hands. What do you want? What do you choose? So this is important to me as a reader to express to you, because my spreads are very large, as you know, and I feel sometimes the direct message gets lost. If you go back to your last reading, you will see it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So that's that, because in that last reading, guys, I felt third-party energy. I saw the need for healing, the hurt. I saw the desire to move to calmer waters, and then in that extended, everything was just in limbo. And not to get too deep into it, but I feel like it all boils down to a Divine Masculine that has the world in the palm of their hands and needs to choose what they want. That's it. So let's see where we go in this reading. I hope you found that helpful. I hope, sorry about that, they got stuck. I hope you found it a little bit enlightening, my process, and how I don't just sit down here and flip on a camera and start shuffling cards. It's, I'm really trying to connect with you. And the only way I can do it is if you show up in the comments and you share with me. So, if you're coming here to find some help, which is what I'm here for, and you come into the comments, then that helps me better understand. And then I start to see the threads and I start to pull them through. And I feel like it's beginning to happen. So I hope that the resistance will start to fade and we can connect. I say that with love. Okay. I'm looking for, wow, Four of Wands. There it is, baby. And Page of Cups. So this side is Divine Masculine. This side is Divine Feminine. Feel free to flip it around. So most important, Scorpio, find the side of the spread that speaks to your experience and your connection. And then the other side would be that of your divine counterpart. If you're here as a cross watcher, it works the same way. I don't tell you who's a Scorpio is what I'm trying to say. Masculine shows up in the energy of the Four of Wands. That's the twin flame soulmate card, 1111. But it represents like the beginning, the joyousness of life partnership. And making, like coming from your passion and your joy. It's celebratory in nature. Feminine showing up with the Page of Cups. This is a message of love and or apology, either on offer or desired. So we'll take a look at that. This is a beautiful deck, Light Seers Tarot. There's the Priestess. Wow. Tower. Yep. 5 of Cups. Oh, Scorpio. Say it isn't so. 3 of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. And the 9 of Wands. So while this masculine is showing up in the energy of the 4 of Wands, that tells me that the whole reading here for this masculine is about the twin flame tower moment. Something here that has not been dealt with previously is coming down. It's being dealt with by spirit. So for some of you, you'll know exactly what that is. Others of you, if your timeline is a little bit off, it's either already happened, so think back in the, in your recent past, or it may come down the road. And in the future, I know that tower moment is full of regret. 5 of Cups. So in the past, High Priestess, this very likely represents a lack of communication or separation between the twins, these past life soulmates. I use those terms interchangeably, so just so you know. But I feel as if the High Priestess here, Pisces energy, then we have Aries in the Tower. I kind of feel like there was like this moment where the masculine was trying to intuit their next move. Right? Just going on intuition in the absence of communication or in the possibility of separation. And I just feel like they tried, they just didn't take action. They stayed sort of stuck. And now the Tower comes in, and what it does is it clears the path so that you can move forward. And the Tower, when it shows up for me in my life, it's not always drama, trauma, tragedy. Sometimes like it's, oh snap, man, I should have taken care of that. I saw that coming months ago. Why did I not face it or deal with it? Right? And then it all blows up in your face. And sometimes the blow up is just that. It's just a little shout and match, a little bit of an argument. Sometimes it's like everything comes down. I'm not seeing everything. I'm seeing this as, oh snap. I didn't deal with this when I should have, and there's going to be some regret around that in the future. Feminine showing up in the energy of the Page of Cups. There may be an apology needed to be offered, or one may be coming in or desired from and about whom? King of Cups. I mean, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is that energy. It's a masculine archetype of life partner. It's someone who here in the 3D you would consider your partner. They have your back. They show up. They're there. Rock solid, steady. It is high vibration, stability, and groundedness. So they're, it's somebody who's usually pretty comfortable in that role, meaning that they're not really page level. They're kind of evolved. So I feel like there's something that went wrong here, and in the future, this feminine will persevere. 9 of Wands isn't going to give up, sort of stays in the fight. And when I say fight, I don't mean fight between you. I just mean the struggle, the fight to overcome the obstacles. You may want to quit, dear feminine, but you won't. In the past, 3 of Pentacles, that's all about co-creative energy, working together here in the 3D to take this, from something ordinary and make it extraordinary. But it takes teamwork. I always say it's you, your divine counterpart, and spirit sort of forming a little trinity of co-creative energy to take things from one level to the next level. It takes work, teamwork. Let's look at the 4 of Wands, shall we? It takes work. That's what I'm talking about. 8 of Pentacles, focus, sustained effort, right? Deal with one pentacle at a time. Don't worry about everything else. This is working on creative solutions to a problem. Perfect. King of Swords, right? Wanting to do things the right way. So I feel like the masculine here, King of Swords, it could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. But I almost feel like the King of Swords is here to say this is someone with high ideals and integrity who really wants to do things above board, They want to handle things the right way. Not always very warm and fuzzy. This isn't someone who's comfortable in the realm of emotion. That could be part of the problem. The King of Swords is usually just the facts, ma'am. Like when you're giving your little spiel and it's like, just the facts, ma'am. They do want to communicate. This is underneath. So for those who are new, when I pull from under the deck, it's usually what's bubbling up in your psyche and your subconscious. It's kind of what motivates our behavior. It's the stuff we do when we like, why do I keep doing that? I don't understand, right? It's all the stuff that's pushed down or just bubbling up. Feel this masculine wants to communicate. They're trying to come up with a creative solution to a problem. You think, yeah. And, but they have high intentions. They have high ideals and standards and good intentions. They want to bring some clarity and integrity to the situation as the King of Swords. In the past, High Priestess, look at this gorgeous card. We were just talking about her. This is who I named the channel for. That is taking in all the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities, using them as data points, right? It's your higher self and your connection to the divine. Very spiritually wise card. But you don't need to talk about it. Also represents hidden feelings and secrets sometimes. High Priestess and the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces and Sagittarius. High Priestess is Pisces. Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius. Look at this reading. Oh my gosh. Magician, Gemini, and Virgo. Everything. You have, the masculine had all the tools they needed to manifest the outcome they desired. This is a fated connection. I feel like they were going on intuition and it just stressed them out. 9 of Swords. Lots of anxiety. Possibly a little obsessive, like thinking. You know, when your brain goes in overdrive, you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't think of anything else. Something tells me that this masculine has very deep feelings for the feminine, but doesn't share them. I'm saying that because of Priestess, High Priestess and King of Swords. You know what that's like, right? Someone who keeps it all very, like you can't even read it on their face. You couldn't even, like I don't always like to share my emotions, but you can read my emotions in my facial expressions, right? It's like too much going on here. Not with this person. This person's been like, you can't read it. Underneath, they're a simmering, anxious kettle of, like they're a stress monkey. Tower moment right now, just so you can see it. I love this deck because it's so artful, but in this tower moment, what you see is just you don't see a physical structure. You see a crack of lightning and then butterflies are scattering. Those little orange things are butterflies, just scattering at the crack of lightning. You also see this glow of light in the background, something that like the light at the end of the tunnel. So whatever's happening for this masculine right now, dear Scorpio, it's dramatic, but it's shaking them up, right? It's kind of like, whoa, that got my attention. Yes, divine feminine, shaking them up about the divine feminine. Thank you very much. Making things more beneficial for both parties. I'm loving this so much. 6 of Pentacles. Wow. Yes, equal give and take, reciprocity here. Just spectacular. Even if it rolls out slowly, all right? The Knight of Pentacles is about making a plan. That's the other part of that 2 of Wands that came out for you this morning. That 2 of Wands is also about making a, like, plotting and planning your path. But first you got to choose. There's a world of possibilities in your hand. You got to choose, and then you got to plot your, and plan your trip. So I feel like this is a little flavor of that. The Knight of Pentacles underneath, suggesting the need for a plan, something deliberate, intentional, methodical, thought through, no impulse move here. Wow. How do I get this feminine back in my sphere now that like the clap of lightning and thunder got my attention? 5 of Cups in the future. Some regret. Mistakes of the past, regrets of the past. The problem with the 5 of Cups is all the focus is on the past. So that's a concern. Oh. Yeah, heartache over the whole situation. Oh my gosh, Maron. The past life soulmate. See, now I'm connecting. Do you feel the reading coming through? Do you feel the connection to the morning reading? Do you feel how I'm making connection? Because I took the time to sit down and explain myself to you. And now I'm getting the energetic reception. Thank you. Hanged Man. That was also in your last reading. In the extended, it was the first card that represented your, like, the issue, the situation, or the energy you had to focus on. Everything was in limbo. So that's underneath. I feel like this Tower moment, I'm just going to call it, I think it's a wake-up call to a masculine who really does love their feminine. They're going to have to really kind of hang out and delay their gratification as they work to process their regrets of the past. That's coming up in the future. For some of you, you may be there right now. Oh, I'm getting emotional, guys. Page of Cups for this feminine, showing up in the energy of the Page of Cups. Message of love or apology would be a wish granted. Would provide some necessary healing. The Star, Aquarian energy in the Star. There's Pisces in the Hanged Man, just in case I didn't say it. And the Empress is Taurus and Libra. Yes, little baby step. It would be a nice gesture. Page of Pentacles. It would be received as a nice gesture, a fresh start. Like a baby step, right? That's a first step. You say you're sorry, you say I love you, and then that starts the healing. In the past, 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, if we're going to have our happiness, our nirvana, our shot at the love of a lifetime, we got to do it together. I can't do it alone. That's what this whole reading is about. This masculine, hidden feelings, keeping things under, very tightly controlled under wraps, wanting to manifest something, but not really knowing how, almost as if to say, I almost feel like this Magician is coming out reversed. I don't read reversals because it usually just, it's very apparent by what lands on it. Being that the 9 of Swords is underneath, it could mean that this masculine doesn't feel that they have all the tools. They don't feel capable of manifesting what they desire. They feel like it's all up to fate, like it's out of my hands. That's in the past. So I'm going to correct myself and just sort of say that that could be it. And the feminine was like, no, dude, we got to work together. It is not going to happen in a vacuum. Page of Wands. One more on that. Queen of Cups. There she is. Okay. So that's your Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. I feel like the Page of Wands represents, in this part of the reading, like a little trial balloon. This is like light, flirtatious, not very serious, kind of a little bit of self-serving energy. And the feminine just kept maintaining their compassion, their sensitivity. This is also, the Queen of Cups is very intuitive and can be emotionally vulnerable. So I feel like the feminine really wanted to kind of work together on taking this connection and to to the next level, to this Ten of Cups, and what they got in return was just a little bit of flirtatious page energy. You know, that's a you up. That's the hey, what are you wearing card. And I think the feminine tried to maintain some sensitivity to the situation, kept coming from high vibration love, but it didn't go well. It felt like a disappointment. King of Pentacles right now with the Ten of Pentacles. Yes. This feminine's focus is on life partnership and a masculine who will be there for them and show up for them. Right? Now we have the Four of Wands on both sides. That is your twin flame soulmate card. This is the beginning of life partnership. Here's where you end up. But it requires a masculine who is bought in, who is on board for that kind of stability in this incarnation, wanting to move to calmer waters. That was in your last reading as well. That was a big factor there. The feminine really wanting to get beyond all this drama and move to calmer waters. So I sort of feel like that's why I feel like the Tower isn't. I don't feel the Tower is like all out destruction. I feel that it's a wake-up call for the masculine. Nine of Wands in the future for the feminine. That's a card of perseverance, sort of being on your last, on your last legs, your last ropes, but persevering. Wow. That Devil keeps coming out. Oh, the Devil is the complacency. You will feel stuck. Well, that makes sense. So in the future, right, we see this regret here for the masculine, and they're going to kind of be hung up on that, not taking much action. And the feminine is going to kind of say, look, I don't know that I can go much longer with your continued apathy, and not just apathy, complacency, that Nine of Cups. Yeah, it's wish fulfillment, contentment, but it's an old pattern, a toxic pattern in this connection of someone who just thinks they can rest on their laurels. They don't have to try for the Ten of Cups. They've got the Nine. This is a repeat pattern, and it keeps showing up, and I feel underneath the feminine's going to be like, I don't know my next best step. I don't know what to do with this. Eight of Swords. So in the extended, what I'm going to do, using the same deck, I'm going to now do what I just did for you at the beginning. I'm going to pull what is the issue, the situation, or the energy, but right now that's going on that needs your attention right now. Even if you're in separation, you can still work on this by yourself. The second card will be the blocks to love, or the challenge, or the dynamic between the two of you around that card, around that issue or situation or energy. And then the third card will be what can you expect to come of it, or what can you do about it, depending on what cards come out. And I'll clarify all of that. It almost always brings a lot of clarity to what you see here and gives you some action steps. That's why I do that, so you can start taking some action and making progress. Then I'll pull the cards that, what are your messages to each other? What do you have to say? And I will be your middleman. And then a card for you, Scorpio, from your higher self, spirit of the universe. What does your spiritual team have to say? What advice do they have? What warnings? What pep talk? Whatever. I love that position because it's so authentic to your situation. And then the outcome. What can you expect going forward? If timing's a factor, it would show up there. So the link to the extended is below in the first and second sentence of the description box. I'll see you there in a second, Scorpio, or in your next reading later this month. I hope this provided some guidance to you on my process and helped you feel a little more comfortable engaging with me and connecting with me. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye.